Rapper 50 Cent ordered to appear in a Connecticut bankruptcy court to explain, well, these photos showing him with towering wads of money. The judge obviously a little concerned about allegations that 50 Cent is not exactly, well, honest about his financial problems. These do not look like problems to many people. He filed for bankruptcy last year after a jury ordered him to pay $7 million to a woman who said he posted an online sex tape. That'll teach him. Well, joining us now, Fox News legal analyst Lee Sweal, criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor with the Dallas County District Attorney's Office, Yodit Tewolde. Good to have you both here. Let's start, Lee. 50 Cent, the man just is, I'm sure it's paper money.
Of course it's paper money. It's all paper money, right? No, look, the whole thing about bankruptcy is you're supposed to have transparency. Right? You go in and say what you don't have, maybe a little bit what you do have, but what you don't have. And so you don't have to pay your creditors off. And
Looks
then
like
he goes
he's well fixed for vodka, too.
Oh, my God. He's paying everybody else but his creditors. No, this really is bad for him. It's not going to do well in bankruptcy court, and he could look at some criminal time. I mean, you mess with bankruptcy and you could do some criminal time.
You agree, Yodit?
I absolutely do. I mean, 50 Cent loves to show off his friend Benjamin on Twitter and Instagram, and when you go into and he might just be left with just 50 cents after this judge is done with him, because when you list your assets and what you owe, you're essentially saying this is true and accurate under oath.
He may have thought he was overly liquid on some respects to carry those as assets. You know, 50 Cent and Bill Gates. I mean, you don't get to say those two names very often, but we do. Bill Gates coming out and breaking with his buddies in Silicon Valley, saying that the FBI has the right to know here in its dispute with Apple. Yodit, first, your view on this. Should Apple be cooperating with the FBI?
This is just a very tough ip because there's got to be a balance between, protecting people's rights to privacy and also, securing and keeping us safe. But with regards to what the FBI is asking Apple to do, maybe something that's just unreasonable. They do have a search warrant, yes, but is it reasonable in executing that search warrant? And I don't think so. We do have a constitutional right to our privacy, and I think that this is just a step down a very, very slippery slope.
No, I just completely disagree. This is such a narrow thing that the FBI is asking for. They're talking about one iPhone of the terrorists who are dead, and the iPhone was given to these terrorists by the San Bernardino County, by the way, who've given their consent to say you can take whatever you want, and you can look whatever you want from this iPhone. And you go back to a 1789 Act, the All Writs Act, which says to a judge, you can ask a third party to say, look, if a third party, i.e. Apple here, needs to help you, FBI, because there's no other way you can get to that account, you can give the ability to that third party to execute that search warrant.
I hesitate to do this.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
I don't even see why it's a matter of law. When this country is at war, as we are, with radical Islamist jihadists, there's an obligation, a duty as a citizen to do what you can for the country and for the agencies that are serving the country and that specific interest. A guy like Tim Cook, as far as I'm concerned, is over the top, in love with his idea of something that doesn't exist.
And here's the problem, too. He may be looking at prison time, but the clock is ticking until a March 22nd due date. And here's why. The judge will hold him and Apple in contempt, but they have to wait until March 22nd until the judge can hold Apple and Tim Cook under contempt, because the lawyers have to file the briefs going back and forward. March 22nd, another month has to go by?
You know, imagine this. Tim Cook is supposedly doing this for PR reasons, for his company's brand image. But he's got 700,000 employees in China. He's got 50,000 in this country, tops. And it begins to look like he thinks he's a citizen of globalization or a U.S. multinational, because he's not responding as an American citizen should. And certainly as a corporate leader should.
But, I mean, isn't he, though? Doesn't he have the right to...
Oh, he has the right. I'm not disputing his right.
And
this is not about law. This is about duty as a citizen.
But
That
doesn't
is-
the government have a duty to protect our right to privacy as well?
The government has a duty to protect us, period, as you well know.
But
and
it
to
seems
do that, it
seems
needs
like
the help of vast resources. What if Tim Cook were running Apple and it's December 7th, 1941? He said, "Oh no, we can't convert to wartime production here. We've got rights." I mean, what kind of mindless nonsense would that be? And what is the difference between then and now? And with that, I got to say, thank you both.
Good. Thanks.
Please, thank you. No, Yodit, thank you.
you.
Our online